The Eshowe Fire Department remains on high alert as veld fires continue to sweep across parts of KwaZulu-Natal. An estimated 80 homes have now been destroyed in various fires across the province this week. Newzroom Afrika's Karinda Jagmohan joins us now from uMlalazi, which is north of eThekwini, for an update. Karinda, good morning. We know that uMlalazi, along with places like uMlalazi and others, are susceptible to wildfires. Sadly, in the latest incident, there's been one fatality so far. What's the latest in terms of the impact on the community there?
Certainly so, Iman. The veld fires continue, and right now, firefighters under the uMlalazi local municipality are trying to put out this blaze before it reaches the local community here. You can see some houses as well. And Iman, I just want to take you into this picture because moments ago, before we would come live to you, we had to quickly move our car because this fire had almost blown up. There was a dry patch that it hit and we saw big flames in the air. And so we had to move quickly. It was quite terrifying, and even the community rushed over. You see one woman clutching her baby, just wondering if this fire is going to reach her. Firefighters have assured it won't. That's the noise you're hearing there as they also try and trim this grass and start burning part of it so that the fire won't burn further. But let's speak to uMlalazi's Chief Fire Officer, Mr. Blose. Sir, thanks so much for speaking to us. Let's have you stand here, sir, please. It's been quite a grueling week for your team. Tell us about the task that you've been put through and the work the firefighters have done.
Good afternoon to your viewers. We've been battling with this fire since Sunday, midday, and it started from Ward 1, which is the western part of our municipality, until today. We are still battling with fire. And our firefighters have been working tirelessly. They've never had a resting time because of these fires. Yeah. And we have lost quite a number of households. So far we have accounted for about 120 houses that have been burnt down. And we also lost one life thus far, and which is the sad part of it. But currently what we are seeing here, we are trying to protect these houses from being burnt because there's a fire that is approaching from the down below. Yeah. Yes.
Sir, I mean, you know, it's not an easy task. In fact, it's quite terrifying standing here. Just tell me about the methods that you are using right now.
What we're using a defensive attack on fire, because we are putting the fire first to create a fire barrier. Yeah. So that when the actual
let's move back here.
When the actual blaze arrives, it won't catch into these houses, because it's difficult to fight the fire when it's raging like this, especially on the slope, coming from the slope. The other issue is because of the climate change. We've got a lot of alien invasive plants that have encroached in our areas. So as a result, these fires, they burn fiercely and they propagate so quick such that we can't keep up with it.
Sir, can you tell us and explain to us, you know, in layman's terms, how these veld fires start? What is causing it to, especially at this season?
We all know it's a dry season, and we've been asking our communities to make sure that they don't leave open fires, because normally these fires are started by people. It's a man-made disaster that we are encountering, because we know we just had natural disasters that swept in other houses in our area, which was a tornado just 2 weeks ago. Now we are encountering this situation of veld fires, but they are started by people. That's what I can say, and we request our communities to desist from this action of lighting fires.
So, I mean, I don't know if you'll be able to answer this question, but maybe those around the area might be asking, how long is this going to last? It's happening around the country.
Yes, and until we receive rains, then these fires won't stop unless the communities change our behaviors around the fires.
Thank you so much, sir. Mr. Olani Blose, he's been at the helm of the uMlalazi Fire Department for several years now, sir, for 15 years. Thank you so much for your expertise and as well to your team. Let me just take you and show you what the team is doing right now. So thanks again. The fire team, they're using defensive methods right now to try and block this fire from entering this number of houses that are here. Already at least 120 homes have been burnt down in what the chief fire officer says is a man-made issue. People leaving flames open because of the dry grass. It starts spreading quickly because of the heavy winds we're seeing around. More so, it's about 32 degrees here in uMlalazi, so it's not helping in any measure, especially with the work that the team has to do. And right as we stand here, it's not just this one fire. Just driving through this area, you see pockets of smoke around this area as these veld fires continue, at least here in uMlalazi. Sadly, one elderly woman died inside her household about just over 1 hour from where we are. As the community around us, perhaps we can just take a turn with me, Gift, as you look at the number of homes that are now waiting. The children here watching this fire encroach towards their little garden section. The firefighters almost trying to create a barricade between the fire itself and the houses that are here. And for the firefighters, we can't even keep our eyes open right now, so they're also facing their own battle. Let's keep you updated. Right now, I think much of it isn't put down, but there's a pocket there that seems to be increasing as well. So let's see how the firefighters actually go through. We're going to maybe try and speak to some of the community members as well. Some are just running away from the camera, so we'll take a moment and get to hear their point of view, because they've been seeing this around the area as well. And just take a look at the landscape itself. This is dry grass, so it's very easy for the fire to catch on because of the dryness of this area and the heat as well. It's quite a challenge here, especially when you consider the ash that is flying around too. And it looks like firefighters are running to this pocket here quickly. There's a house burning at the bottom. Gift, are you okay to run? All right, stay with us. Oh no. Okay, please excuse our running as we try and get to this home. Got you. Everyone's shouting around us, calling all the teams down. I think this is the house we passed on our way up here. Okay, let's try and go to this side, Gift. All right, we're trying to find the house because everything you can't see in the smoke, the thick fog of smoke, and it's also very difficult to run around this terrain, hilly terrain, rocks as well. Let's follow the fire chief. All right, in the distance they're running there. We're not going to be able to get there on time, but it looks like flames have engulfed a home. Let's do this. Let's try and get a bit closer. So let me hand back to you and we'll try and follow the firefighters there.
Keep our picture on you, but you are free to move about. I'll narrate just based on what we know historically of the area. Just be very, very mindful, you and Gift, of how quickly a situation can change. So the first priority as well is for your safety. So do what you need to do, but being mindful as well of your own safety. Such an appreciation for the efforts of the fire department in the area. You heard the interview that Corinda did with the fire chief Blose there, who's been working in this arena for over a decade, close to 2 decades now, who is an expert. But these fires have been raging. It is a difficult situation to manage and to control, given the high temperatures. Corinda's talked to us about temperatures in the 30s, also talking about the dry brush and scrub, as well as the wind, which is creating this perfect storm for those fires to spread. Corinda?
Yes, indeed, Iman, that is the main issue. And right now what we're going to do is we're going to have to jump in our vehicles because the house is on the other side. The firefighting teams have also been spread thin because this is not the only fire. There have been about dozens of pockets of fires as we came along. And I think the house that is burning is one where we were. We're also just going to move our vehicle because we were just down that road moments ago. The road now engulfed in smoke. And what I want to tell you is how quickly this fire spreads. You have to run as fast as you can. And for community, all their belongings inside that house, it's a very difficult escape. So maybe about 10 minutes, we'll be back to you from the other side.
Yeah, I'm going to let you go, Corinda. Thank you very much. Excellent work by you and Gift in trying to keep us close to that. For right now, you can go off. As Corinda says, they will try and find a different location. It's so sad there for the community. 144 people in the district being affected, and this is in uMlalazi. This is where Gift and Corinda are. Many people, dozens of people made homeless in just a matter of moments. You saw how quickly that fire has been spreading, and what you saw, as Corinda was describing with Fire Chief Blose, is these breaks to try and divert and control the way that the fire spreads. So a lot of hard work being done by the teams on the ground. There is also calls this morning for disaster management as well to provide some support to the community there. Already a fatality, we understand, a 67-year-old being caught up in the spread of these fires, apparently at home at the time of the accident. So it is a moment of deep crisis and tragedy for communities in KwaZulu-Natal. Isn't it so incredible? If you think about KwaZulu-Natal, fire and heat, and then in the Western Cape, rain and flooding, the country and many citizens across many communities really facing an existential threat, their belongings under threat, their livelihoods and their lives at risk as well. So we have to spare a thought for them. As Corinda says, we'll take you back to uMlalazi in the northern coast of KwaZulu-Natal.